Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Vays. Actually, I'm just going to leave it here. Should be fine. Coming to you live. Hope the audio is good. Coming to you live a little bit later than usual, but it's okay. We are going straight to the charts. Let's do it. No audio. Really? Okay, I see a thumbs up. Sweet. All right, we're all set. So the computer restarted, so now the oscillators automatically come up. I tend to forget to look at those. Let's look at the oscillators here on a monthly chart. The RSI and the MACD both do not look very healthy. That is the minor unfortunate part about our current situation, is that, wait, is there audio? There has to be audio. Yeah, there's audio, right, guys? I don't see any green ball. Audio is good. All right, great. So I don't like the MACD. I don't like the RSI. Okay. Other than that, I like the fact that we're inside the triangle. We held the intermediate moving average, and if we can close this month above prior month, that is very, very good. If we can also close this month above the moving average, that is excellent. Look at the last time we fell below the moving average, then went back above the moving average. We had a month of consolidation and then broke out to new all-time high. Now, when I say new all-time high, it's very, very relative. We went to new all-time high by like $500. So it's completely irrelevant, the fact that this was a higher high than the prior one. It is 98% irrelevant that there was a higher all-time high in November versus April. The next time we go up there, it's going to be very interesting if we have a pullback. But the next time we have a pullback, that pullback needs to be severely smaller than the one we just had. So the first time we fell down to 30, the second time we fell down to 33. So just like it is basically insignificant that we made a higher swing high in November versus April, it is also insignificant that we did not make a lower low versus the June low. Now, it's insignificant on a monthly scale. It was significant on a daily scale. So that's the difference in scales, okay? The next time we fall, we're going to need to fall no lower than, say, 47 or 48. And if we can continue in this triangle all the way into the end of the year, the breakout is going to be absolutely massive. Let's go to the weekly chart. As our week slowly comes to an end, we're going to look at the oscillators first and see what the hell is going on. The RSI is still not great. We can adjust it slightly. The best I can do. I'm not a big fan of this RSI. What about the MACD? The MACD is also not looking good, but at least it has a little bit of promise trending upwards. Let's see what happens next week with that. And the CMF never actually went into the negative zone, and that is a big plus, the fact that the CMF stayed above zero the entire time. Now, what about the price action? The price action is looking very good. Today is already Thursday. More than half the week is done. We do still have 3.5 days to go, 3 days and a few hours. But the higher we can close on a weekly chart, obviously, the better we look going into next week. We have clearly broken the downward channel, unless we, crash all the way down into it in these next 3 days, which is possible but unlikely. Next week, the Lucid SAR is going to come down real low. And next week's Lucid SAR will probably be below the moving average. So we have a high probability of flipping the elusive SARS. And that's another bullish sign for the bull market. The big one, however, is this downwards trending intermediate moving average, which on a weekly scale, I believe is the 50-period moving average. Let me check because I play around with these a lot. It is the 50-period moving average. Okay, I have added the 200-period weekly moving average for reference once we establish these lows. So it'll be very, very interesting to see. This is a very critical line here on a weekly scale at 51,500, because if we get rejected at that line, or if we get rejected anywhere between now and that line, we will set up for a pretty nasty head and shoulders. I'm not a big fan of head and shoulders, but that will be a pattern. And we do have some resistance right here at 48,000. So we're going to watch that carefully. Here's our allocation chart. This arrow should be green. I was just too lazy last time to change color. We'll do it today. So I am looking for a little bit more of an upswing and then a potential pullback. I will remain at 40% bullish conviction until we clearly start increasing in the intermediate moving average. Now you can see that we have started increasing in the intermediate term moving average, but I am still going to play the caution card, mostly because we have gone up a little too far, a little too fast. And I would rather add to my position on a bit of a pullback, because I do believe the pullback is coming. Now, what happens if the pullback doesn't come? The pullback will eventually come. The question is, will I add another 20% to Bitcoin at the price of 45,000? Or will I add to it at a higher price, right? Because, for example, say we go straight up to 50,000, and then we get the pullback, and the pullback only goes down to 46. I would pick it up at 46. So I would get it at a higher price. Another option is, let's say we go right into my arrows at 47 or 48, and then we pull back from 48 down to 44. Then I can get in at a lower price. Then I can get in at 44. Okay. The important thing is that the intermediate term moving average has now started increasing. That is generally enough to enter another 20% of bullish position. I don't believe we're going to break through this intermediate moving average on first shot. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible, but it's unlikely that we break it on first shot. We did break it on first shot to the downside back in May, and we broke it on the first shot back to the upside back in August. But we still had a little bit of a pullback over this 4-day candle. The pullback right from the moving average was, $5,500 for 13%. That is not insignificant. It looks insignificant on this chart, but that's still 13.5%. If, let's say, we go down 13.5% when we meet this moving average, say we do it quickly, say we do it next candle, right? Going down 13.5%, guess what? That takes us back to that moving average. That takes us down to 42.5. That's exactly what happened here. Okay. Now, I would love to pick this up on a pullback to the intermediate term moving average. And while I am itching to add another 20% here, I have another rule that I talk about. I do not chase. Sometimes I pay for it dearly, and sometimes I save a lot of money. Okay. I don't chase. I find other opportunities. Now, in this case, that's my mentality from trading traditional markets. There is another stock. There are thousands of them. There's always another stock. I don't chase. Now, I did pay for it in Bitcoin because back in 2017, early 2017, I chose not to chase GBTC at $210. It was before the big split. So the $210 would have represented a $2 price in today's term, in today's prices, right? Because it was Bitcoin, it was trading at a premium, and at the time, it was the price of Bitcoin was under $2,000. It was like 1,600. So we can go back to that time era, right? So this would have been, I'm gonna probably have to go to the monthly chart. That's how long ago it was. It was around here. It was, Bitcoin was around 1,500. It was just starting into this candle, and the premium on GBTC was kind of high. I can probably take you to GBTC, but it's had some splits, so the price would be different. But it was on this candle, and I wanted to buy it for 190, but the price was 210. In today's terms, we're talking $1.90 versus $2.10, or $19 versus $21. And I chose not to chase that trade. And it cost me. It cost me opportunity, right? Because Bitcoin went straight up and I never got my pullback. Now, I was bullish in Bitcoin somewhat, but I wanted to have a bigger position. So not chasing can certainly cost you an opportunity. But what not chasing will not do is cost you your capital. And costing your capital is way more important than costing an opportunity. Okay, you can always find another opportunity. It's very difficult to rebuild capital from zero. Okay, let's move on. So before I continue, let me talk about Unconfiscatable. I'm going to refresh the website. This is the financial summit. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this once Unconfiscatable ends, but we're going to go to the Unconfiscatable conference. Check out our little video. So ticket sales are doing really good. So come and join us, guys, before the conference itself sells out. We're only 3 weeks away. Time is flying, and so much work still needs to get done. So you all have a good time. Unfortunately, Max and Stacy are indisposed in El Salvador. I got word yesterday that they will not be able to make it. They have been speakers at this conference every time it's been held, and this is the first time they will be missing it. I'm in talks with a few other people. We're going to add some really cool speakers, but here's where we are as of today. Justin Moon joins us as well. He's a core contributor. And where's his? Around here somewhere. Justin Moon, where are you? I know it's hard for me to find everyone in the pictures, but he's around here somewhere. There he is. Cool. All right, guys. Let's. You can also follow us on YouTube, on Instagram. I believe this is going to be my Instagram. Still trying to get to 10,000 followers, but you can follow Unconfiscatable as well on Instagram. Okay, daily chart. Daily chart's looking nice, but, and there's always a but. Look at the title of this video. We are going to hit another MRI top real soon. Now, how is this MRI top different from the last MRI top? This is where, when people ask me, Tone, can I have access to your indicator? And I say, well, if you don't watch the 5-hour video on how to trade the indicator, there's only one outcome that can possibly happen. You're going to lose money, okay? You can't just trade these arrows blindly. You have to understand what they mean. So when this arrow was coming around, I told everyone, hey guys, you may want to take it easy. I am expecting 1 to 4 candle correction or just consolidation before more upside. This is how I envisioned this MRI top. I did not even think that day was going to be this severe, but it was very severe. But we turned around the next day. This was a classic 1 to 4 candle correction. faster in a short amount of time than I expected, but it's within the bounds of what the indicator, forecasts. So here we go again. Unlike the prior term, time, where there was less overall resistance, there are more problems here. There's also a few benefits, but there's also problems. So this is where we're going to get a little bit technical with the MRI indicator. Those interested in the MRI indicator, by the way, go to Tone Vays, Products and Services, and click on MRI indicator. This is what I'm going to try to explain right now. It's coming in 2 days. Now we have very serious resistance here at 45 to 46,000. So I can even slide this line up a little bit because remember, it's touching the most number of candles without breaking any of their bodies. And right here, when the body breaks the line, we go down and go down quickly. Have a little bit of room. We can even spike above it intraday. We need to close above this line. Also keep in mind how much Bitcoin has gone up. And it's gone up quite a bit. We've also broken a moving average. We've broken the MRI resistance line. All of these things are important, okay? They're all pretty important. Now, the MRI resistance line comes from this MRI buy. It's the highest point right there that caused this line to happen. All of these are positive things. What am I looking for with the current MRI top coming in 2 days? So the top is potentially in, though I would like to see a new top within the next 48 hours. Not on current candle, one of the next 2 candles. From there, I am looking for a 1 to 4 candle correction, possibly as low as this 50-period moving average. I would like for this correction to come from as high of a point as possible. I really want to see a big price spike tomorrow or Saturday. I want to see a big price spike. After that, I would be potentially looking to take some profit. So we have this trade. We are in for 40%. I don't want to enter more right now. Would I take my profit? And this is a big question. What would cause me to drop 20% or even 10% of this allocation? According to Consensio, I should be going in more. But remember, we slightly broke our Consensio rules, and Consensio is trading based on moving averages. We slightly broke our Consensio rules by going in here, thanks to the daily MRI buy, and we timed it absolutely perfectly. I was hanging out with some people last night. Shout out to Ray. He picked up Bitcoin right at 33,000. Ray, I know you're watching. You watch every one of my shows. Thanks for coming out last night. You're an awesome human being. And picked it up at 33K right there, right at the low. And we did that based on this MRI buy. I respected this MRI sell, but I didn't even think it would be this severe. I think this one will be a little bit more severe than this, but not in a single day, or maybe as severe as this. This was pretty scary, actually. That was a big drop in a 24-hour span. Maybe not 24, 36 hours, we fell 7%, $3,000. That's quite a bit. So is it worth it for us to mess with our Consensio trading allocation, just as the intermediate average is turning, praying for a pullback only to 42 to pick it up cheaper? And the answer is it is not. It is too risky to take away allocation right now. It's one of those contradictory Wall Street rhymes. It's like, pigs get slaughtered, but also let your profits run. You want to cut your losers and you want to let your profits keep rolling. But at the same time, you don't want to get too greedy with your profits. I am going to let these profits roll, okay? I'm not going to take the allocation down. I'm going to trust Consensio on a 4-day chart more than the MRI sell on a daily chart. Now, what would change my mind? What would cause me to trust the MRI sell more than the Consensio buy. I think the biggest factor is how high do we go in the next 48 hours. Also, unfortunately, I'm trading GBTC, so I don't have the option to exit on Saturday or Sunday. So tomorrow, during trading hours, if the price of Bitcoin is above $47,000 tomorrow, I will be taking some profit off the table. I mean, you never know. I may not do a video tomorrow, so I got to telegraph what I plan to do, okay? I will be taking profit if we spike crazy tomorrow. Now, if we spike crazy over the weekend, I don't have the ability to take profit, but not everyone trades GBTC. You guys might be trading another asset, Bitcoin spot, Bitcoin futures. So for those that do have the ability to trade over the weekend, and it spikes above 47,000 over the weekend, though over the weekend, I would expect it closer to 48. If that spike takes place, I would be, and I was trading that asset in that market, I would take profit then, okay? I will trust the MRI sell the more we spike, because now you also have a cumulative rise of a very large amount, especially if it gets into that 47 range. Now we're up 40-something%, okay? Anything over 40% in such a short time is something to consider taking profits on. So that's basically my outlook. Now, also, there's 3 types of things that could cause this MRI. Those that know me talking about a prior indicator that the MRI is somewhat derived from will also notice that we did not kick off the extension phase. If I put up details of the MRI, and again, now we're getting into the weeds of the MRI, for which you kind of need a 5-hour video. You can see how we were in the downwards extension phase, but we are not in the upwards extension phase, because even though this is an MRI sell, the fact that this MRI sell candle was so bad, it broke the count and did not properly complete the MRI trend to create the extensions. The extensions are these, A, B, and C extensions. We never kicked those off. So because we never kicked those off, technically speaking, my indicator is different than indicators I should not be naming on a public stream. And that is why if you look at those other indicators on a public stream, you will see that they did not tell you to sell here. There was absolutely no indication, okay? Try not to say any names in order not to infringe on any trademarks. But those that watch me long enough know which indicator I'm talking about. And that indicator never told you to exit here. It did not. It did not have any sign here. It was just broken. My indicator did tell you to sell. Okay, and that's one of the differences as to why I trade with MRI and why I put my differences into the indicator. Okay, this time around, it is more likely to happen. It can still do this tomorrow, and then it would break my count as well. But I am looking for the MRI top to come in. The higher the MRI top comes in, the more confident I am in a pullback. If we consolidate as of now, I will then expect more upside. So we wait and see. I will do a video tomorrow and probably on Saturday. I also still have not decided. This could end badly if I click on this. Let me at least make sure that my private, pretty much what I didn't want. I'm still deciding on where to go tomorrow. Am I going to fly to Vegas or Arizona, or am I going to stay an extra day in Austin? I will decide today and let Twitter know. Okay, wow, look at that. Neck and neck on Las Vegas and Arizona. Yep, no LA. Sorry, guys. Would have been, yeah, no LA. I'm going to skip LA. I don't want to support LA, California at the moment. Anyway, let's move on. Spending way too much time on this. Hey, moderators, anything interesting in the live chat? I'm not gonna, this is already lasting too long. I'm probably not gonna do too many questions, but that is basically my view on it. This is the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart broke a level of resistance. We have back to a double top. I am very bullish here on the 1 hour chart. The MRI is nowhere near a top. The 4 hour chart, the MRI is also probably nowhere near a top. Let's see what it says. That's a brand new 4 hour swing high. I know we have extension B and C here, but I'm not taking this too seriously. I am bullish across all these time frames. I am bullish on the 4 hour. I am bullish on the 1 hour. I am still bullish on a daily for a spike in the next 48 hours. I am certainly bullish on the 4-day consensio, and the weekly chart has also turned bullish with a green star candle. So we are bullish across the board, except the monthly scale. The monthly scale is neutral, slightly leaning bearish, but everything else is bullish on all the other time frames. GBTC premium, let's see if it's continuing to rise. It is not. It's a bit steady today. We are at negative 22, 23% pretty much. And I still believe once the FOMO comes, the premium will evaporate because no new GBTC shares are being created. We can probably Google that. They should have a chart of how many GBTC shares are there. So I'm on DuckDuckGo, which makes it trickier. I wish they had a chart. Because I want to see how many new GBTC shares came into existence. Oh, here we go. No, I need shares. I need number of shares. I'm not sure how to get that data. I know that data is public. I just don't know how to access a chart of that data. Anyway, hey guys, if you are looking to learn how to trade responsibly, check out my free Learn Trading section. If you need something more advanced, check out the on-demand videos as well. Those interested in understanding consensio better can pick up the following old Tyler Jenks webinar. Also check out his old channel, Hyperwave, the Hyperwave YouTube channel. You can Google for it. You could also find it in my channels of all the channels that I follow. And it will be down here somewhere. I don't follow that many, though I slowly follow more and more. A lot of them are friends of mine. So it's out of respect. I'm following their channels because they follow my channel. Somewhere in here, there is Hyperwave. There it is, Hyperwave. Okay, so you can check out the Hyperwave YouTube channel. It's an incredible wealth of knowledge. I want to go through this channel one of these days and maybe edit each one of the videos because this is like a history of finance and it's absolutely incredible what Tyler Jenks, Leah Wald, and Socrates did back in the day. Let's go back to the Unconfiscatable YouTube channel. Okay, Unconfiscatable, one more plug for Unconfiscatable. Come join us. It's a lot of fun. Check out the overall agenda. I'll be making the speaker agenda next week. We're also going to start voting for the Scammy Awards, making those thumbnails, those graphics now. It's going to be great. Oil, I remain bullish, and I don't see anything in the charts that would tell me to be scared of the bullishness in oil. Gold, let's see where gold is. Oh, I haven't looked at the funding rate in a while. Let's go back. Let's go back and check this funding rate. Let's see what's going on. Is the funding rate finally flipping in favor of the bulls? It doesn't look like it, does it? The funding rate, sorry, flipping back in favor of the bears. It looks like it's still in favor of the bulls. Hey, Crypto Commons. Hey, Tone, take a look at gold, please. Yep, I will in 1 minute. I'm on the Crypto Commons YouTube channel every now and then. It's a Russian channel. I like this funding rate. It means that the bulls still have lots to go. Oh, let's look at the rest of these assets. The MACD is, oh, I'm on a 4-hour chart. What am I doing? I'm on the wrong chart. I'm on the wrong chart. Let's look at this funny thing. Also still favoring the bulls. Beautiful. I know I'm still using the old BitMax one, but I really like it. It's been very accurate. Look at that CMF spiking. Everything is bullish across the board here and still has room to rise. Looks very good. Very good on this. Let's look at gold. That's oil. This is gold. Gold's looking good, but until gold establishes the break of this horizontal trend line, I am not too bullish on gold. But if Bitcoin's rising, gold will be rising. Can't wait to get to the stock market. Let's see what the stock market's doing. Considering how much Bitcoin went up today, I'm assuming the stock market is rising. I could be proven otherwise. Well, not exactly rising, but it's certainly rebounding. To me, this is a very bullish candle so far. Did it rebound at 10 o'clock in the morning? This is the big question. The tone Vays, almost soon to be patented, 10 a.m. reversal. Did we have it today? Let's see. The market today started rising at 9:10. So when we got into 10 a.m., we did reverse to the downside a little bit, and the real reversal came at 11 a.m. So we actually reversed to the downside at 10 a.m. Interesting. Still a morning reversal, but in the opposite direction. And now I would be bullish the stock market for the rest of the day, which certainly helps Bitcoin. Let's go back to one. That is, sorry, this is the 1-day chart. No, should be a 10-minute chart. There is a 10-minute chart. Oh, I clicked on Bitcoin. There it is, 10-minute chart. Let's go back to the 1-day chart. Great, looks good. The MRI never hit a top on the stock market, so I think that's still coming. So I am bullish on the stock market going into next week and tomorrow, and that should do well for Bitcoin. Great. The bigger picture on the stock market, I am, of course, bullish, as you guys know. Now, I did take a look at gold, the futures of gold. I could also take a look at gold. There's a stock called gold. It's a mining stock. I don't know if that's what you meant. This is Aurora Cannabis. It's looking great. Ticker for that is ACB. We also keeping an eye on Tilray. Ticker TLRY. Wow. If you entered this Tilray trade at the perfect MRI buy, daily, weekly, monthly, you did well. It is up 40% from the absolute perfect call we called on this YouTube channel in real time. Oh, wow. They put the logo of each stock. That's cool. That's really cool. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job trading. So what a beautiful, beautiful trade. I'm so pissed I didn't take the trade. I kept talking about buying call options on this day, and I never did. I never did. I'm just focused on conferences. I think I'm going to focus on trading again. I mean, this was such an easy trade to make. I mean, no trade is actually easy. It's kind of scary how much it's fallen, but MRI, daily, weekly, monthly. I may never see this again on a stock like Tilray after it's down like 90%. What a beautiful, beautiful call by the MRI. Absolutely perfect. And while the stock market was still going down too. This was against the overall stock market. Probably trade of the year. I doubt there would be a better trade this year than this. I know a few people got it. There was a few people last night that came out to a Moon Tower Saloon. They said they took this trade and they wish they put in more money into it. Hey, again, don't ever be upset you didn't put enough money on a winning trade. There's always another trade. Maybe not as good as this one, but there's always another trade, profitable trade. And I want to look at Trump's company. I'm surprised the symbol for Trump's company isn't like Trump's hair. That should really be the symbol. Digital World Acquisitions, DWAC. We hit a daily MRI top. I think this is a 1 to 4 candle pullback, and I expect great things out of this company going forward amidst all of the censorship that's happening around us. DraftKings is another one. Beautiful. Look at this. Weekly MRI buy on DraftKings. Earnings is coming. I think this will beat earnings. Oh, Twitter earnings. Man, I am going to watch this so carefully. I think Twitter will beat earnings. Oh, they announced. Reported 33. Estimate was 33. Surprise, minus 0.004. Okay. So that's nothing. Revenue. So they reported this morning before market open. Right. So Twitter reported earnings. That's weekly chart. Sorry, daily chart. Twitter reported earnings, and guess what? The stock went up. Like I said yesterday. I said it on yesterday's stream. I expected Twitter to go up. I expected it to go up more. I still think it will. Look at that. It spiked higher this morning because it fell so much, and Cathie Wood got out with 4 million shares because she was scared of earnings. The mistakes were made back here. Like the mistakes compound mistakes. When you enter a bad trade, and this applies to everyone, including, star money managers. When you enter bad trades and refuse to admit your mistakes of bad trades and add and compound the mistakes of those trades upon the exit of the CEO, who was the only one preventing the complete socialist takeover of Twitter, you end up pulling the plug on your mistakes at the worst possible time before it starts to go back up. So as much as I don't want to see Twitter go back up, I believe that it will go back up for now and then go down. Do I think Twitter will ever surpass this high of $51? Only because of inflation, not because of Twitter's amazing management of Marxists atop the pyramid there. Okay, so it's not going to go beyond $50 for anything they do as a company. If it goes that high, it's because of inflation, because everything will rise with inflation, including all stocks. This is also why I believe the stock market will skyrocket to the upside if the dollar goes into any kind of serious inflation. So I am bearish on Twitter, but not in the short term. Intermediate term, I'm neutral, and long term, I remain bearish. All right, I was going to take a look at the company gold because I'm not sure if they meant gold the company or gold the asset. This is gold the company. Oh, wait. That's not gold the company. That's gold the asset. There is gold the company. Barrick Gold, whose ticker is gold. And gold the company isn't doing too hot. It's basically doing what gold's doing. Oh, boy. I wouldn't mess with it. It's in an overall downtrend. Earnings are likely. I mean, they've been beating on earnings. You see all these green. So Twitter was red. Twitter red meaning they kind of lost money or they undercut the analysts, but the stock was down so much that Twitter stock went up. I would stay away from gold the company. All right, guys. This is going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Come and hang out at Unconfiscatable, March 3rd to 6th. And I will see you all on the next episode. Bye, guys. Thank you those that came out last night to like a last minute hangout at a bar. Thank you for the 50 kilos too. Bye, guys.